And we are live at Collect Co for tonight's Part 2 Facebook record sale. We had people already commenting on the old video, so I was like, well, we better get this to the right place. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. We're about to jump in the fire. Let's see. Jump in the fire. Let's get this. Jump in the fire. Let's see. Part 2. Let me delete this comment. Go back, figure out. Let me post this here. Let me get the new feed on Instagram. And let me do that. Let's see. There's the link. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, Cotter. John Sebastian. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Got it. We're ready to sell records. If you haven't already, please go ahead and share Part 2 as well. I've got that crate on the counter. I did price some new vinyl. By the way, if anybody needs a copy of Van Morrison Moondance, this is your, this is the all analog cut, $31.99 Van Morrison Moondance. These sound incredible. Stone Me, Moondance, Crazy Love, Into the Mystic Come Running, These Dreams of You, Brand New Day, Everyone, Glad Tidings. Hope everybody has a copy of that in their collection. New or vintage, you need it. $31.99. 50% off vintage, you bet. We're going to have some 50% off vintage. This looks like a pretty cool crate here. I was trying to find a little bit of new vinyl to go through, but I think everybody's hot on the case for vintage 50% off. So let me go ahead and do what I always do, and that's at least run back through the new arrivals from tonight in the new department. That crate we had been through before. Let me go ahead and go through this. This is tonight's newest new vinyl arrivals. We, of course, sold out of several things already and have waiting list. We'll just have to show those again on Friday or next week when they come back in, depending on when they ship. So we have The Killers Hot Fuss for $33.99. The Killers Hot Fuss, $33.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan and Albert King. Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan. That is $34.99. $34.99. Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan, whichever order you want to put that in. System of a Down, self-titled, is $28.99. System of a Down, $28.99. Audio Slave. Self-titled Audio Slave is $39.99. Self-titled Audio Slave, $39.99. System of a Down, Mesmerize. Mesmerize is $28.99. The Black Crows 1972 is $28.99. James Bragg wants System of a Down. James, let me know if you want self-titled or mesmerized. I actually had you on a waiting list for one of these. James Bragg, I've already got you on a waiting list for mesmerized, but if you do want another one or if you want the self-titled album, let me know. We got a restock of Rush Permanent Waves. Rush Permanent Waves, that is $39.99. 180 gram remaster of that. The Black Crows Southern Harmony and Musical Companion is $48.99. James Bragg does want self-titled. That's sold to James Bragg. System of a Down. There's another Black Crows, and then we have Overkill, Under the Influence, and Ace Frehley Greatest Hits Live, $33.99. Ace Frehley, Overkill, Black Crows, Rush, Black Crows, System of a Down, Audio Slave, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Albert King, and The Killers, Hot Fuss. Those are all available. If anybody wants them, you can speak now. Did Warrant Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich come in yet? That's already come in. I'm pretty sure. Unless you're talking about the newest press. The newest press, no, I don't think that's scheduled until a little bit further out. Best of my memory. But I'll have to check on that. Let me see what I've got here. Okay, yeah, let's go through this crate. This was new vinyl from tonight, I believe. Or let me just go to the back. I don't know if I want to go back through any of this. We may just go through all new stuff, 50% off top titles for tonight. Let me see what we can do here. Let me do some crate condensing. And so, yeah, I've only got 2 bins of vintage vinyl left from tonight. Figure out which crate I went through first. I think I went through that crate first. So, yeah, we'll go through that crate there. And let me go ahead and get some Japanese auction started. Are you getting the new Depeche Mode? Yes, we have already sold them all. We sold all of our pre-orders, so I have to wait for more of them to come in. Okay, let me step to the back and get some 50% off stuff. So bear with me for just a moment. All I did during the break was not get ready to this part. So let me go grab some 50% off vintage vinyl back. Stand by. Okay, I'm back up front. Now we're going to get start rolling. I'm also going to go ahead and get our Japanese stuff going. What's the story on the Cult Love? The Cult Love was a reissue we had on red vinyl. I posted a pre-order for, then for some reason we didn't get many on red vinyl. A lot of people got some people still waiting. I said I think I can get it on black vinyl if you want to get it on black vinyl. If not, then yeah, we'd be getting the new Wolfgang Van Halen. I'm sure I will. I think that's a while before it's released, but yes. If you're in our private group, I'll be posting pre-order for that whenever it becomes available, which hopefully is soon. All right, so I've got records here. We're going to do half off the sticker price. I'm going to show them to you, tell you the title and the condition if I need to. If I'm telling you the condition, that means it's less than EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. So that's what's going on. Barbara Mandrell, Midnight Angel. Barbara Mandrell, $5, August 4th. Yeah, that's a while out. I'll definitely post a pre-order for that. But yeah, I usually post pre-orders just like 2 or 3 weeks before they come out. Sometime, unless it's something huge like Pink Floyd, Metallica, some of these, it's coming out soon. So put Jamie Butler down for the Cult Love waiting list. I'll try to get those. The Tubes now. The Tubes, $10. Chicago is $5. The Best of the Outsiders, Time Won't Let Me, $10. Best of Gary and the Pacemakers, $5. Stephen Stills, Illegal Steals, $10. Justin Nethers is first on Chicago. Best of, or Buddy Holly, Ray Vaughn, $10 on Buddy Holly, Ray Vaughn. Graham Parker, Squeezing Out Sparks, $7.50. The Beau Brummels, $7.50. Nigel Del Rocket on Best of Gary and the Pacemakers. That's sold to Nigel Del Rocket. Rod Stewart, A Night on the Town, $7.50. Dave Mason, $5, self-titled in shrink wrap. Grazing in the Grass, or Grazing, The Friends of Distinction. Nice copy, $12.50, orange RCA label. Peter Frampton, that's a VG Plus, $7.50. Harper's Bazaar, Feeling Groovy, that's a VG Plus, $7.50. Kelly Cook gets the Rod Stewart. Rosington Collins Band is a VG Plus, $8. Rosington Collins Band. The Romantics, self-titled, VG Plus, $7.50. Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line, $7.50. Steppenwolf, 67 to 72, $10, half off price on that. Roger Ramjet, first on the self-titled Dave Mason. Michael Golston, first on the Rosington Collins Band. These are all half off sticker, Tanner. Doc Smith wants the Romantics and the Doobie Brothers. Those are sold to Doc Smith and Doc Smith. And John Porter is first on Steppenwolf. The Best of the Music Machine, featuring Sean Bonnewell. That is $12.50. Point Blank, American Excess, $10 for Point Blank. Rick Ocasek, Beatitude. Rick Ocasek from the Cars, $7.50. Pat Metheny Group, Off Ramp, $10 on Pat Metheny Group. Moody Blues, Long Distance Voyager, $7.50. Trillion, Clear Approach, $7.50. The Pretenders, the Extended Play Album, $10. Ron Duffield wants Frampton and the Romantics. Romantics is already sold, but Ron, I can put you down for Frampton. That's sold to Ron. Roger Daltrey, Ride a Rock Horse. That's a VG copy for $5. Jefferson Airplane Bark is a VG Plus, $7.50. Rich Russo, first on the Moody Blues. That's sold to Rich Russo. This is Rhinoceros, Better Times Are Coming. EX copy, $14. Rhinoceros, Better Times Are Coming. EX copy, $14. The Kingsmen on Campus, $5 for the Kingsmen. The Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan. That is $12.50. The Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan, $12.50. Ringo's Rotogravure. Ringo is $10. Pipes of Peace, Paul McCartney, $15 for Pipes of Peace. Paul McCartney, original lyric insert, $15. Red Rose Speedway, Paul McCartney and Wings, gatefold, $12.50, half off price. Paul McCartney, No More Lonely Nights, 12-inch single, also with Silly Love Songs. That is $15, Paul McCartney picture disc. Peter Wolf, $10. Come As You Are, Peter Wolf, $10. Matthew Wilder, Bouncing Off the Walls, $7.50 for Matthew Wilder. David Peel and the Lower East Side, The American Revolution. That's a VG copy for $6.50. Joni Mitchell, Dog Eat Dog. Joni is $10. Dog Eat Dog. 10-Wheel Drive with Gina Raven. Construction number 1. That is $10. 10-Wheel Drive with Gina Raven. The Never Ending Story, Lamal. Lamal is $15 after the half off. The Beatles, Real Music. This is a Mexico press, $17.50. Nigel Del Rocket wants David Peel and the Lower East Side. That's sold to Nigel Del Rocket. Love is Strange, Mickey and Sylvia. $20 on Mickey and Sylvia after the half off. RCA Camden, very nice copy. Craig Rutherford wants Never Ending Story. Lamal sold to Craig Weatherford. Chuck Berry, Back Home, is $17.50 for Chuck Berry. In shrink wrap. Chess, very clean copy, $17.50. John Lennon's Imagine. This is just $17.50. Very clean copy, original inner sleeve. $17.50 on that. Doc Smith gets Chuck Berry. That's sold to Doc Smith. The Beatles tapes from the David Wig interviews. Half price on that is $17.50. And Father Abraham in Smurfland. That's also sealed, $17.50. Michael Nath, you were second on the Chuck Berry. Tell me about the Beau Brummels. The Beau Brummels is a Warner Brothers 1975. I think it's self-titled. It's an original studio album, the Beau Brummels. That's Warner Brothers 1975. Near mint, half off price is $7.50. The Beatles live at the Star Club, Hamburg, Germany. That's actually a German pressing. $20 for the Beatles live at the Star Club. Really clean copy, $20 on that. Freddie Hubbard, Keep Your Soul Together. Freddie Hubbard is $17.50. Jazz on the CTI label, $17.50 on Freddie Hubbard. Nigel Del Rocket does want the Beau Brummels. Sell that to Nigel Del Rocket. Joe Henderson, Double Rainbow. Joe Henderson is the numbered edition. Numbered but down here at the bottom, this is $22.50. $22.50. The music of Antonio Carlos Jobim, Joe Henderson. Doc Smith gets the Freddie Hubbard at half off. Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes. That's $17.50. J.B. Hutto and his Hawks with Sunnyland Slim Hawk Squat. $20. Hawk Squat with J.B. Hutto and the Hawks. Has some cover damage. That's $20 after the half off. Joni Mitchell, Dog Eat Dog. That's a sealed copy. Sealed, unopened, $20. Arthur Big Boy. Well, that's kind of hard to read. Let's check the label. Arthur Crudup. I was about to say. Looks like, yeah, Arthur's Big Boy group. Look on Yonder's Wall. Arthur Crudup. That is $20 after the half off. Sapo maybe. 1974 white label promo. That is $17.50. Let's see here. Michael Nath first to Arthur Crudup. Brent Rabley, you were second. Kiki D, Patterns. Kiki D is a sealed copy from 1968. 1968 sealed. That is $20 after the half off. Clapton, Sapo, I think I got the right here. Dwayne Allman Dialogues. This is $22.50. This is a Dwayne Allman. A lot of stuff on here. White label, Capricorn. Ed Shane interview with Dwayne Allman, 1970. Ed Shane interview with Jerry Wexler and Vice President of Atlantic Records, or is the Vice President, 1972. And then it has some songs and some suggested cuts. Or actually, those are suggested songs not on the album. So I guess you would play this interview and then play the song. That's what's going on there. And that is $22.50. That's a Dwayne Allman, rest in peace, dialogue interview promo. Lester Young and his orchestra. This looks like a Japanese pressing. $20 after the half off. Prez. Lester Young and his orchestra. $20 after the half off. Jock and Lescott. The Ornette Coleman Songbook. $17.50 on that. Michael Nath was first to Prez. Arthur Big Boy Crudup and the father of rock and roll. $20 after the half off on that. Half Breed, the Keith Hartley Band. Keith Hartley Band is $17.50. Michael Nath was first to Ornette Coleman. Doc Smith was second. And Michael Nath was first to Crudup. Brent Rabley was second. Freddie and the Hot Rods, I believe. Yeah, Freddie and the Hot Rods. Life on the Line. $17.50. Modern Jazz Quartet is a 1960 Atlantic pressing. $17.50. 1960 Atlantic pressing. And Roger Vadom's The Game Is Over soundtrack starring Jane Fonda. White label promo, $17.50. Modern Jazz Quartet sold to Doc Smith. And The Road is $17.50. The Road, $17.50. And Doc Smith got Modern Jazz Quartet. Brent Rabley second. Let me read through these titles one more time. Great stuff in here. Beatles artists, Friends of Distinction, Tubes. Great records. They're half off sticker price. I'm going to tell you the title and the price. I'm going to run through these one more time. We have Barbara Mandrell, $5. The Tubes, $10. The Best of the Outsiders, $10. Steven Stills was $10. Illegal Steals. Buddy Holly, Rave On, $10. Graham Parker, Squeezing Out Sparks, $7.50. Grazing the Friends of Distinction, $12.50. Harper's Bazaar, Feeling Groovy, that was a VG Plus, $7.50. Best of the Music Machine, $12.50. Point Blank, American Excess, $10. Rico Kasich was $7.50. Pat Metheny Group, Off Ramp, $10. Trillion, Clear Approach is $7.50. The Pretenders, Extended Play, $10. Roger Daltrey, Ride a Rock Horse, VG Copy, $5. Jefferson Airplane Bark, VG Plus, $7.50. Rhinoceros, Better Times Are Coming, EX Copy, $14. The Kingsman on Campus, $5. The Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan, $12.50. Ringo Starr, Rotogravure, that is $10. Pipes of Peace, Paul McCartney, $15. And Red Rose Speedway, Paul McCartney, $12.50. Susie Breedlove, first to Steven Stills. That's sold to Susie. Jim No Nelson on Rico Kasich, Beatitude. That's sold to Jim Nelson. We have Joe Zanelli on Jefferson Airplane. Bark. Sell that to Joe Zanelli. And Wayne wants the Best of the Music Machine for $10. Sell that to Wayne for $10. Was the Never just a single? Let's see here. The Never. Let me know on that. No More Lonely Nights, extended version along with Silly Love Songs. That's $15. Peter Wolf is $10. Matthew Wilder, Bouncing Off the Wall, $7.50. Joni Mitchell, Dog Eat Dog was $10. 10-Wheel Drive with Gina Raven, that was $10. The Beatles Real Music, Mexican pressing, $17.50. Pressed in Mexico. Let me put all these together. I got to put those in my Beatles bin. Let's see here. Trillion. Sell that to Justin Nethers for $5. What's on the Tubes record? Give me 1 second on that. Charlie DeFrank, sell him Rhinoceros for $10. Craig says, I said I wanted it earlier. Was the Never just a single? I said I wanted earlier. Not for sure what you're referring to. Maybe. What was Never? No, that's a full album. That's a full album. Okay, David C. wants the No More Lonely Nights at half off. And Nigel wants Real Music and David Peel. Real Music. And I've already got you for David Peel, and I'm also going to pull you Real Music. David Peel, we've already been pulled. Never Ending Story. Okay, thank you. That is sold. This is sold half off to Nigel Del Rocket. Never Ending Story. Sorry, I wasn't picking up quite what you were saying just by saying never. But I got you now. Yes, that was a full album. Let's see. Is there a difference between the Eric Clapton and the one I have this week for $35? I really don't know. First, I'm not for sure which Clapton you're referring to. And number two, which one you got. But maybe you can let me know. A title would be very helpful. Yes, David Gilmour plays guitar on No More Lonely Nights. Mickey and Sylvia, $20. John Lennon Imagine is still available for $17.50. I'm going to put it over here in the Beatles pile. The Beatles Tapes, $17.50 for the Beatles Tapes. We have Father Abraham and Smurfland. That's sealed. $17.50. The Beatles Live at the Star Club, Hamburg, Germany. That is $20. Joe Henderson, $22.50. Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes. I'm really not for sure, Patrick. You may have just bought one out of a new arrivals bin, and this is one that ended up in a half-off bin. I really don't know for sure. I can set that one aside and figure out what's going on, though. J.B. Hutto is $20. Joni Mitchell, Dog Eat Dog. That's a sealed copy for $20. Sapo is $17.50. Kiki D Patterns is sealed for $20. The Dwayne Allman interview was $22.50. Keith Hartley Band, Half Breed, $17.50. We have Eddie and the Hot Rods, $17.50. The game is over, $17.50, and the road is $17.50. Okay, Patrick, I'll figure out what's going on with the Clapton for you. I'll just lay those aside. There's all the Beatles LP. I'm trying to build a tremendous Beatles bin. I think we have 30 or 40 near mint copies of this. Beatles and Tony Sheridan. I probably have 30, 40, 50 near mint copies of Beatles at the Star Club. I don't remember the last time I sold one. I guess we're going to have to make them really cheap and show them all one night. Let's see. The Eric Clapton is, technically it's Patrick's right now. He's thinking he bought one earlier this week for more money, and he would rather have this cheaper one. So we've got to figure that one out. And the price, so it's $17.50 after the half off. And what's the price on the tubes? The half off price is $10. Okay, and then Jared wants a Crocus Headhunter from the new arrivals the other night. I've got those right in here. We'll sell one of those to Jared Benoit. Jared Benoit, you have a Crocus Headhunters now. Matthew Wilder have Break My Stride. Matthew Wilder, not on this album. Okay, so Patrick, you've got a Money and Cigarettes on your invoice for $24.99 already. So I'm assuming you would like to downgrade. I can't remember what's better or what's worse, so I guess it's kind of up to you. If you want this one for $17.50 or if you want to keep the one you got for $24.99. And then if anybody wants the one for $24.99, we'll have to pull it back out and find it. And I guess that one will be for sale. Okay, Pat Metheny was called Off Ramp. Near mint copy, $10. Let me go get another crate of stuff. Actually, I do have a bin of new arrivals I priced during the break. Let me show those. They're new albums, including the new Depeche Mode. Let me pull these books and stuff out we showed the other night. I still got the Pearl Jam book, the Pink Floyd book, the record dividers. I don't know what to do with this stuff. I'm going to lay it right here for right now. But let me run through this new vinyl. I'm going to show everybody. Ed went ahead and tagged these. I got to pull up the post and figure out exactly who gets one. I think we only had 3 come in and we had 3 pre-orders. So let me show those right quick. Let's see here. Metheny Infuse, what's the condition? This is a really nice record. I mean, I'd say this is near mint. So, yeah. Just let me know. I guess you want this one for $17.50, and yes, it's OG. And so I guess Michael Nath, or it's kind of confusing now. Maybe Jeffrey Thomas wants the $25 one if he's putting that one back, and Michael Nath will be third. Okay, we have the Black Crowes Shake Your Money Maker. That's the new release, 2LP green vinyl, $44.99. The Black Crowes presents Shake Your Money Maker. That is $44.99. 2LP green vinyl, and it includes a bonus 7-inch. And so what we're going to do, Tanner, is we're going to put down Patrick Lear for that one, $17.50. And then give Jeffrey Thomas the one for $25. If he doesn't want it, then Michael Nath wants it. They were both near mint, best of my memory. I think we had it in a Buy It Now Best Offer bin for $34.99, and then he made an offer for $25, and now he's found one even cheaper for $17.50. That's going to happen. There was one guy actually bought a Elton John album one night, and then the same album popped up in a high-end bin, but he didn't get to it first. And so you just never know. We're going to have the same records. They're going to be different prices and different conditions. So White Line, When the Children Cry. White Line, Demos and Rarities, $29.99. This is on purple marbled vinyl. White Line. This is Shrink and Hop Sticker. Patrick may not want to change. Patrick, you just need to buy both of them is what is the easiest way to do that. Tanner says the one you got the other night was shrink wrapped and hop sticker. That's probably another reason why it was a little bit more. See? Now you'll probably want to keep this one for $24.99. It's really nice. That's probably why it was in the high-end bin, buy it now, best offer, because we probably had it marked. Yeah, we had it marked $34.99. So, okay, he'll keep that one. So I guess Jeffrey Thomas or Michael Nath gets the other one. Jeffrey Thomas, let me know if you want the 1750. The other white line will be here tomorrow. The new white line will be here tomorrow. White line, When the Children Cry. That will be, or this is the demos. This is sold to Eric S. And the new album comes out tomorrow, or we'll have it tomorrow. Then Jeffrey Thomas gets the one that was half off. I got one of these left. White line, When the Children Cry. The Best of Joe D. Messina. Tanya Jackson, I've got you on a waiting list for that. The Best of Joe D. Messina, featuring the hits Heads, Carolina, Tells California, Bye Bye, and I'm All Right. That is $31.99. And Michael Nath, I am fresh out of Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes. There'll be one pop-up eventually. We get a bunch of those in. It will probably be $34.99 when it's in a new arrivals bin. Silverchair, Anthem of the Year 2000, $39.99. Silverchair is $39.99. Anthem of the Year 2000. We had a couple of stray waiting lists. I don't think we've printed that one yet. Like everything in here, we had like one person on all the waiting list. Somebody was on the White Line waiting list. Somebody was on the Joe D. Messina. That was Tanya Jackson. Go ahead and sell one for Leslie Holt. The Postal Service, Give Up, 20th Anniversary Edition on blue with metallic swirl vinyl, $28.99. The Offspring Smash is $28.99. The Offspring Smash is $28.99. Three of those available. U2 Pop is $38.99. U2 Pop is $38.99. Chris Kirkley first on the Postal Service. If anybody else wants one of those, let me know. And then the new Depeche Mode is $44.99. Memento Mori. Memento Mori, Depeche Mode. New release. These are, I don't know how much. I think they were $44.99. We've got 3 people down already. George Buchanan, Chris Kirkley, and Joe Barrios. That might have been the only 3 people who pre-ordered it. And I don't have any more on hand. I got to double check that. Ed, I went ahead and tagged these, but I need to confirm and see if anybody else. And then if anybody else wants one, I've got to order more. So that is $44.99. Honky Chateau is already in. We showed those earlier. So we'll go ahead and key in those Depeche Modes. We'll put Jackie Reynolds on a wait list. And if anybody else wants that, that's the new Depeche Mode. Okay, so here's what's left in that bin. Black Crows, $44.99. White Line is $29.99. The Best of Joe D. Messina, $31.99. Silverchair, $39.99. Offspring Smash, $28.99. And U2 Pop, $38.99. And yes, the Elton John, those are already in. If you pre-ordered it, we've already read that list. I can again if you need to. If anybody wants one of those, Elton John Honky Chateau, $49.99. 2LP, 50th Anniversary Edition. New sleeve and notes, rare photographs, 8-page booklet, session demos, and then the album remastered. If anybody needs one of those, $49.99. Honky Chateau. Jim Nelson wants one. The pre-order for that was Linda Lamb, Sherry Darnell, David C., Mark Barbosa, and Brian White. I'm going to move these. Oh, one hand is not enough for those. Let me grab those with 2. And I'll put those right over here. Go ahead and empty that crate. Elton John is right here to Jim Nelson. Let me go grab a new crate of, let me try to find a buy it now best offer crate. As in, that was a half off bin we just did. Let me see if I can find something that's kind of recent. And we'll do a buy it now best offer bin. Give me about 30 seconds. And we'll try to find a crate of fairly recent stuff that we can go back through that maybe some of y'all hadn't seen or we hadn't gone through in a couple moments. So let's see what we got over here. Let me read. Underneath it, take one and run with it, but Let's see what's in the red one. Right. Ultravox, Hendrix, Cooper. Let's go through this one. That one looked really good. That was on the very bottom of the stack, and it had been on the bottom for a while. Get a MoFi crate. We have a MoFi crate. They're behind the counter. The audiophile crate. We've got those behind the counter. Sorry, this crate's very heavy. This one's plumb full. Sealed 60s OGs, 50% off. If you find a store who does that, let me know and I'll fly. I'll get a plane ticket, early bird ticket in the morning. Imagine walking in a store circa 1969. All the stuff in there, sealed. And you could buy it with non-inflated dollars. So it means like you could go back in time and buy them for sticker. And when you come back in 2022, there was no inflation. So you literally had $4 in LP in them. You'd be doing pretty good. Do you have any of the extra new white line coming out tomorrow? Yes, I do. If you want on that list, let me know. I actually can show you that. That is, so I posted a pre-order for Overkill, pre-order for Fall Out Boy, which came in today, NSYNC, which came out today, Typo Negative coming out next month, Stevie Ray Vaughan Unofficial coming out next month. That was an announcement. Those are flip video. The Audio Slave, new White Stripes anniversary, Tears for Fears, Stains already come in, Yearbook's already come in, pre-order for Linkin Park, pre-order for Roger Waters, pre-order for Malice, pre-order for Riot, pre-order for King's X, pre-order for Warrant, pre-order for Robert Plant Unofficial, Matthew Sweet, which I still can get. The Pink Floyd book, The Black Crowes is already in. That Trippin' Daisy comes in tomorrow. Sublime, I think, is next month. Dave Matthews Band's next month. Fishbone coming out soon. Leon Russell's already come out. There's the Elton John. Cheap Trick come out today. Warrant comes out next month. X. There's the new white line. It is called Fight to Survive. $33.99. Their 1985 major label debut. And if anybody wants one of those, that's what we're talking about. De La Soul. There's the new Depeche Mode. Let me see who was on that. Yeah, George Buchanan, Chris Kirkley, and Joe Barrios. I only had 3. Hanoi Rocks, that's already come in. 10 Years After has already come in. Crocus has already come in. Great White is due out soon. Dollies, we're still waiting for the rest of those. Bruce Springsteen is a good ways out. Megadeth has come in. Hank Williams comes out soon. Pink Floyd, we got those today. The box set will be here Friday. There's the Cult. De La Soul's already come in. Metallica's next month. Bret Michaels, they keep pushing back. Enough's Enough, they keep pushing back. I Never Did Get. John Coltrane's in. Switchfoot, I think they canceled that one. Bill Withers, those hadn't came in. Whew, that was a lot, but that's all the pre-orders that we currently have active. I could probably post 50 more. It's just a lot to keep up with, and a lot of y'all to come keep up with. So, okay, so this is going to be a buy it now best offer bin. We have the Clash Sandinista. I told y'all this was going to be a good one. $64.99. The Clash Sandinista Triple LP. $64.99. The Clash Sandinista, and that is a 1980 press. The Clash. Stray Cats Gonna Ball. Stray Cats is $29.99. This is a 1981 UK. $29.99 UK. Stray Cats Gonna Ball. De La Soul. 3 Feet High and Rising is out of stock. We're waiting for the new shipment. De La Soul is Dead is a pre-order. So those are, yeah, we can't get 3 Feet High and Rising. No Patience, I can't get those. I can't get your Patience fix. But the other one's a pre-order, so it hadn't even come out yet. The Birds Turn, $24.99. The Birds Turn, $24.99. These are all buy it now best offer. The Beatles Christmas album. This is one of the about 24 unofficial bootlegs we have. $79.99, the Beatles Christmas album. That's a 1970 unofficial. The Persuasions, We Came to Play. The Persuasions is $14.99. We Came to Play, $14.99. Willie Nelson Collector's Edition Promo, $24.99. Collector's Edition Promo, $24.99. Sell Susie the Birds for $19.99. Doc Smith wants the Persuasions. Those are sold and sold. Willie Nelson. No, these are buy it now best offer. So Susie got that and Doc got that for sticker. The Big Chill soundtrack, $19.99. The Big Chill soundtrack. Hey, there's Joy to the World. Whoever, there's Three Dog Night. It usually ends up on some kind of comp. Whoever asked about that earlier. The Beatles 1962 audition tapes. That would be, that guy don't look like he fits in, does he? That doesn't look like Ringo. 62, that's 1983 UK. The Beatles live at the Star Club. There's another one, Hamburg, Germany, $39.99. Hair, the American Tribal Rock, Love Rock Musical, $19.99 for Hair. Original RCA press, $19.99. The Boomtown Rats, I guess Very Deep or V Deep or 5 Deep, I'm not for sure. Gold stamp promo, $19.99. Joe Turner, Flip Flop and Fly. Yeah, we got them. Tanner just pulled out 2 more Star Clubs. I've got a crate back there of about 10 of them. Yeah, we're going to get them all together one day, and I'll make them a price where you'll have to buy one. But yeah, so we've had what, 5 of them tonight already, 2 of them in a half-off bin, 1 in this bin. Tanner just pulled 2 more. Yeah, we got those everywhere. That and the Tony Sheridan record. For some reason, the early Beatles is a tough sell. The early Beatles is a tough sell. 62, 63 Beatles, those are, I can't quite convince anybody. Unless you have true original records from then, like, you know, maybe like the acetate that they recorded. What's the song they did? Hold on. In spite of all the danger. Somebody tell me. John Young or Nigel Del Rocket will know what I'm talking about. Paul McCartney owns it now. It's the original first recording. It's on a like a 5 or 7 inch acetate they recorded. And yes, this is Pete Best. I knew who that was. I was just letting you know that's the original drummer audition tapes from Decca. Okay, the Beatles Christmas album. The Beatles Christmas album is $79.99. That's a 1970 unofficial. 1970 unofficial. Can I add to Monday's invoice? No, you cannot. If you got an invoice already, that invoice is done. It starts, this is a whole new cycle. This is a whole new cycle. Joe Turner, Flip Flop and Fly is sealed from 1989, $27.99. The Jacksons is $24.99. The Jacksons is $24.99. Yeah, so when we send out an invoice, that is the end of that invoice, and then we start a whole new cycle. It's $7 every week. So we ask if you get an invoice to go ahead and pay it, because you're probably going to go buy more from us and you're going to get another invoice. And that helps for 2 things. Your invoices don't get backed up, and that you pay $7 a week, because you're liable to pay 2 invoices, $14 shipping, and we could ship them together. And that blows a lot of people's minds when we do that. But I'm like, well, you got one 2 weeks ago and you got one this week. So you're paying them both at the same time. One's actually overdue. We're probably going to put them together. It's going to cost you $14. So that's the easiest way to do that. Streetwalkers Live. Streetwalkers Live is 1977 UK, $24.99. The Pretenders Extended Play, $19.99. Alice Cooper Easy Action is sealed, $99.99. Alice Cooper Easy Action sealed, $99.99. Johnny Cash Strawberry Cake. Johnny Cash, $19.99. Strawberry Cake, that's actually an official release on Columbia. We have McCartney, $29.99. McCartney is $29.99. And Antonios Carlos Jobim, Stone Flower from 1970, $79.99. $79.99. What's on the Willie's Collectors? The Willie's Collectors tracks are The Ghost, Let's Pretend, I'm going to lose a lot of teardrops tonight, Waiting Time, Go Away, No Tomorrow Inside, A New Way to Cry, Broken Promises, Happiness Lives Next Door, Right from Wrong. That's a $5 charge to read the track listing. McCartney, self-titled, is on the Black Capital label. McCartney, self-titled, Black Capital label. Carly Simon, coming around again. Carly Simon is $12.99. Squeeze, Cool for Cats, is a white label promo. $24.99 for Squeeze, Cool for Cats. Johnny Cash, A Ballad of a Teenage Queen, Johnny Cash, $14.99. And the Beatles Super Tracks, $49.99. Led Zeppelin 4, $44.99. There's a lot of Led Zeppelin 4s laying around here. That's a nice copy. It's a 77 repress, but that is near mint, $44.99. John Young wants McCartney for $14.99. I will sell that to you for $19.99, John Young. $19.99. Sorry, just got on how much was Pink Floyd and is it colored vinyl? The new Pink Floyd is $39.99. It's live at Wembley. We have a waiting list for it. And no, it's not on colored vinyl. I don't think there is any new Pink Floyd albums on colored vinyl. If they reissue the Pink Floyd catalog on colored vinyl, that would blow a lot of people's minds. There's a lot of bootlegs on colored vinyl. I don't even think they do Walmart colored vinyl. They probably should. They could sell a lot more of them. You know, if they announced the entire Pink Floyd catalog was being reissued on colored vinyl by Walmart, everybody would run and get them, probably including me. The Esquires, Come On Up, or Get On Up, is $19.99. Let's see what we have here. Bonnie Raitt, Green Light. Bonnie Raitt is $9.99. Cave In, Tides of Tomorrow. Cave In, Tides of Tomorrow from 2002, $44.99. Price on Stray Cats, Gonna Ball. This is $29.99, 1981. 1981. Who the Blank? Who the F-U-C-K? 1982 unofficial. So that's a Who unofficial, $64.99. She and Him Classics, $29.99 on She and Him Classics. Hank Williams Jr. live at Cobo Hall, $24.99. David Bosworth, I'm going to sell you the Stray Cats for $25. John says, let's see what else is in this crate. All right. The Average White Band, that's one you don't see as often, $26.99. Show Your Hand, Average White Band. Mott the Hoople featuring Ian Hunter, The Collection, that is $29.99, 1987. What's Left of Phyllis Diller? Phyllis Diller is $9.99. Right from Wrong, how much? Right from Wrong. Right from Wrong. I don't think there's anything in here with those words on the title. Phyllis Diller, Mott the Hoople, Average White Band, Hank Jr., She and Him, The Who, Cave In, Bonnie Raitt, The Esquires, The Beatles, Johnny Cash, Squeeze, Carly Simon, Willie. This Antonio Carlos Jobim is $79.99. Streetwalkers, Jacksons, Boomtown Rats, Beatles, and Clash. That's why I didn't answer your question the first time, because I don't think there's anything in here with that title. Bert Jansench, I think. This is $19.99. Rosemary Lane, Bert Jansench, $19.99. Was that the name of the Willie Nelson album? Right or Wrong? Was that in here? No. I'm not for sure. Not following the comments too well. Typical Barroom Scene, 1978, $34.99. Gary Myrick, Language. Gary Myrick is $9.99. That's in shrink wrap with hop sticker. The Fabulous Thunderbirds, But Rockin'. That is $19.99. The Quan Ames Band is $9.99. Heavy Duty, Crowbar, 1972 Canadian pressing, $24.99. The American Progressions, the Five Americans Progressions. This is 1967 sealed, $49.99. Willie track list, the last song was Right or Wrong. Oh, the last song on the Willie Nelson track list was called Right or Wrong. Right from Wrong, Willie Nelson, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. That is a track on side B of this album, and the price is $24.99. Doc Smith, I hope I answered your question. You threw me a heck of a curveball there. Soft Cell, The Art of Falling Apart. Soft Cell is $24.99. Big Science, Laurie Anderson, $19.99. I Love a Mystery presents Jack, Doc, and Reggie in their greatest radio adventures, The Temple of Vampires, $24.99. Sun City, Artists United Against Apartheid, $24.99. Sun City. Lena Lovitch, Stateless, $19.99. Lena Lovitch. The Ozark Mountain Daredevils, It'll Shine When It Shines, $19.99. Ozark. Elvis, Kissin' Cousins, $14.99 for Elvis. Kissin' Cousins, $14.99. Elvis for Everybody, or Something for Everybody, Elvis, $14.99. Frank Sinatra, My Kind of Broadway, $14.99 for Frank Sinatra. What do we have here? That's a wild cover. This is A Lot Like Birds, No Place, $44.99, 2013 cream colored vinyl. Cockney Rejects, Live and Loud, $29.99. TMGE Collection, 2001 pink and blue vinyl. The Michelle Gunn Elephant Collection, $49.99. APB Cure for the Blues, $14.99. King Crimson is a 1973 PRC Richmond press. In the Wake of Poseidon, $49.99. In the Wake of Poseidon. Looks like the cover has a little bit of damage. Looks like it may have got wet at one time even. $49.99. Beatlemania Live at the Hollywood Bowl, $49.99. The Beatles Super Tracks. There's, speaking of something, I got a lot of Beatles. I've got, I think at this point, 200 or 300 Beatles boots, at least. Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? This is a 1997 2LP, $74.99. First LP version, digitally remastered from original 2-track mixed down master tapes by Jimmy's original engineer with 6 bonus tracks. That's a gatefold. That came out in 1997, $34.99. Burt Jordan wants Elvis, Something for Everybody. That sold to Burt Jordan. Susie said 15 on the Fabulous Thunderbirds. That sold to Susie Breedlove for 15. You must have a load of punk in the back. We've got a lot, yes. We've put most of it out, but the Dallas had a bunch. Sorry, I was on a Sprite break. I'll need another hit in a second. Jimi Hendrix is $74.99. It is sealed. This 1997 version is pricey for some reason, probably because it's from 1997. I'll entertain a fair offer and sell that if you're interested, Michael Nath. The Jersey Devil, that's a Bruce Springsteen bootleg, $74.99. Studio quality built in. This is another Bruce Springsteen unofficial. Looks like something from Boss speakers. The Stones, Suckin' in the 70s, $34.99. $34.99 for the Rolling Stones, Suckin' in the 70s. I'll do $62 on Jimi Hendrix. It is sealed. It's got a tear down here in the shrink wrap. I'll do $62 on that if you want it. It's a 2LP with bonus tracks. It looks really well made, and from my best memory on Discogs, even though it's probably digitally remastered, it was selling kind of pricey, especially for sealed. I mean, it came out in 97. There's no way they made a bunch of them in 97. Billie Holiday, $19.99. Billie Holiday. Lady in Satin, Billie Holiday, $29.99. Billie Holiday, Billie Holiday. The Rolling Stones, Made in the Shade, $34.99. Lady Day, Billie Holiday, $19.99. King Crimson, Starless and Bible Black, $49.99. King Crimson, Earthbound, $34.99. The Firm, self-titled, $26.99. Memphis Slim, live from Antone's, Matt Murphy. That is sealed, $24.99. Miles Davis, Decoy, $29.99 for Miles Davis. The Rondell, Sock It To You 12 Times, 1968, VG Plus, $64.99. And we have Ultravox, Rage in Eden, EX copy, $17.99. $60 for 20% off Jimi Hendrix. Sell Jimi Hendrix to Michael Nath for $60. Not sure if you saw this earlier, but can you put me down for one of the new white line? Yes. Eric S. on the white line, Fight for to Survive, which comes in tomorrow. Waiting list. You got it. So Michael Nath, let me know which of the Billie Holidays you want, or if you want to make an offer on the 3 of them, whichever you want to do there, let me know. We sold them that for $60. Brent Rabley was first to Memphis Slim. That sold to Brent Rabley, Memphis Slim. Gary Francisco was second. Michael Nath says he's interested in all three. We've got 19, 29, and 20. I'll actually do, let's see, 30 and 50 and 70. I'll do, let's see, 10, 14, call it 15. What did I say those added up to? 60. So 55 for the three. 15, 30, 25. Yeah, 55. 55 for the three. That's $5 off each one. 55 for the three. Doc Smith, you were second on that. Brent Rabley was first to Ultravox. We can go ahead and tag that. These are pending to Michael Nath. He said deal, so all three of those were 55, $5 off each one. Brent Rabley was first to King Crimson. Let me know if you want Earthbound, Starless, and Bible Black. Doc Smith also made an offer on Miles Davis. Miles Davis, let me see what I had on that. This will be $25. Miles Davis, $25 if you want that. $25 on Miles Davis decoy if you want Miles Davis. $25 on that. Brent, let me know on the King Crimsons. There's actually 3 in the crate, and he wants Earthbound. Sell that to Brent Rabley. And then David wanted a Willie, Hank Jr., and Johnny Cash bundle. Let me see what we got in store for those. There's Hank Williams Jr. The Willie Nelson. It should be right in here. I've picked it up 120 times. There's Strawberry Cake. Now, what has happened to Willie? Willie is somewhere right in here. Willie is somewhere right in here. Willie is somewhere right in here. Okay. This is... Now, what did I do with the other ones? Should have go ahead and pulled them out. There they are. David Cordell, those would be 20, 20, and 15. 20, 40, that is $55 for those three. 25, 25, and 20 originally. 20 and 20 is 40 and 15. $55 on that. $55 on those three. Miles Davis is a $25 buy it now. Let's take a look at the condition, Doc, and then you're going to say, you know what? I'll take it for 25. Look at this. Near mint and unplayed looking. $25 buy it now, Miles Davis. Gatefold, very nice. How could you say no to that? Right, Tanner? How could you say no to that? I'm going to lay that over here in pending. These are pending to, let's put that also on pending to David Cordell and Doc Smith. And let me run through this crate one more time. That had some great titles in it. Don't be afraid to make offers. As you see, we're cutting deals. This is pretty recent stuff. This is pretty recent stuff. So it's not like I'm going to start doing half off or 40% off or maybe even 30% off unless you're doing a bundle deal, because these hadn't been shown. I feel like a couple of these, if I would have showed tonight, like the Clash and New Arrivals earlier tonight, it probably would have got sold at sticker. But you're watching now, and that's just a prediction. So, all right, Doc Smith for sure wants the Miles Davis. We're still waiting for David Cordell's word on those three. And let me just read through these titles one more time. $25. And James Bragg says he'll take it if he didn't. Brent, you got the Memphis Slim. Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to read titles. If you want prices, let me know. The Clash, Sandinista. The Big Chill soundtrack is awesome. I haven't read the tracks on this in a while. I heard it through the grapevine. Marvin Gaye. My Girl, The Temptations. Good Lovin', The Rascals. Tracks of My Tears, Smokey Robinson. Joy to the World, Three Dog Night. Yep. Written by Hoyt Axton. Ain't Too Proud to Beg, The Temptations. Aretha Franklin, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. I Second That Emotion. That's a great one. Here's a fantastic one. A Wider Shade of Pale, Procol Harum, and the Exciters, Tell Him. That is 1999. 1999. I'm going to listen to that if no one buys it. The Beatles, 1962 audition tapes. That's the Decca audition tapes. Oh my gosh, is that another Beatle? Did I skip that one? How many of these do we have out now? 5 of them? There's another Beatles at the Star Club. There's 5 of them tonight. I thought I pulled those out. Jeff McMaster wants Squeeze for $15. That was cool for cats. I'm going to go ahead and pull that for Jeff for $15. And let's go ahead and sell Stacy the Big Chill soundtrack. Stacy, enjoy that. I expect to see a picture of that on your turntable in a couple weeks. Hair is $19.99. The Boomtown Rats. Beatles. Let me pull that out. Trying to get all the Beatles stuff together too. Joe Turner. If you need any prices or make offers, let me know. The Jacksons. Streetwalkers Live. The Pretenders. Alice Cooper was sealed. That needs to go in the high-end bin or Discogs or eBay or something. Antonios Carlo Jobim. Stone Flower. Carly Simon. Johnny Cash. Beatles Boot. The Esquires. I got Beatles records everywhere. The Esquires. Bonnie Raitt. Cave-In. The Who. She and Him. Average White Band. Moth the Hoople. Phyllis Diller. Bert. Bert has a weird last name. Jansich, maybe. The Clash. Sandinista was a 1980 OG US. $64.99, and it includes the insert poster. That is $64.99. $64.99. The Clash Sandinista. $64.99. All right. I guess David is passing on these, so I'm going to slip them back in here. Johnny Cash, Strawberry Cake, was $19.99. Hank Williams Jr., Cobo Hall was $24.99, and the Willie Nelson was $24.99. Next was, what label is Alice Cooper? The Alice Cooper is, it says Warner Brothers Straight, and it is a gatefold. I remember looking at this the first night we had it. It is a gatefold, Warner Brothers Straight, and I think we determined, because it's a gatefold on straight, it could be a first press of Easy Action. There's no tears, there's no holes, no saw marks, and it's sealed. That's $99.99. Patrick Lear, if you want that, it's yours. If not, it looks like James Bragg wants it. So that's either going to be sold to Patrick Lear or James Bragg. Joe Ives, the Jackson 5, I believe was $24.99. That's the Jacksons. The Jacksons. Original Epic label, $24.99. My best price on Average White Band, I'll do $20 on that. I've got it marked for $26.99. $26.99, I'll do $20 on that. Doc Smith. Next was Mike Post. How much was She and Him? And Yvette also asked. She and Him Classics. She and Him Classics is $29.99. She and Him Classics is $29.99. Original inner sleeve, fairly new. $29.99. Mike Post, that's yours if you want it. If not, Yvette. Doc Smith said sold on Average White Band for $20. And Joe Ives is sold on the Jacksons at $24.99. Typical barroom scene. If anybody needs any prices, just let me know. Typical barroom scene. Gary Myrick Language. The Quine Ames Band. Heavy Duty Crowbar. The 5 Americans Progressions. And that was sealed. It also has a promo stamp on the back. It might be a promo label. Who knows? It's sealed. It's got a big crease right here on the back. You can't tell it too much on the front. It looks like both corners have creased, but that is $49.99. Soft Sale, The Art of Falling Apart. Soft Sale's $24.99. Big Science, Laurie Anderson, $19.99. I Love a Mystery, The Temple of Vampires, $24.99. Sun City, Artists United Against the Apartheid. All kinds of people on that. $24.99. And we have Lena Lovitch, Stateless. Lena Lovitch is $19.99. Ozark Mountain Daredevils is $19.99. It'll shine when it shines. Frank Sinatra, My Kind of Broadway. That was called A Lot Like Birds. A Lot Like Birds. Cockney Rejects. TMGE. APB. King Crimson. Beatles. Beatles. The Jersey Devil. Bruce Springsteen bootlegs. Rolling Stones comps, Sucking in the 70s. Rolling Stones Made in the Shade. King Crimson. The Firm. Bill Deal. Led Zeppelin 4. McCartney. And Elvis, Kissing Cousins. I'm going to put those in the front of the crate, but just now I have them sorted. I'm waiting to see if Yvette wants She and Him. If Yvette passes, then Greg, that's yours for $25. That was a good crate. I need to go back through that. I need to mix in some of those with maybe tomorrow's new arrivals. Some people who didn't get to watch part 2. Price on the Firm was $26.99 and Led Zeppelin was $44.99. This is a mid to late 70s. Mid to late 70s near mint reissue. Very clean copy. Also, when I first bought one of these, see this little mark? It looks like a Sharpie on the cover. So I remember buying one of these one time on eBay when I first started collecting Zeppelin records. And I was examining it like under a microscope. It was like the first time I ever bought one. I never could find one in a record store. Mom would take me to Nashville here and there. There's no record stores around where we live. I mean, I pretty much didn't have a record store. Had to go to Nashville. That mark is on all those. It looks like a Sharpie. It's on every one of these covers. I don't know what it is, but it looks like a little light blue Sharpie mark right there below that picture frame. It's on every cover of Led Zeppelin 4 I've ever seen. Yvette does want She and Him. James Bragg says Beatles bundle. Sure. We've got the unofficial and we got the bootlegs. I'll give you a heck of a deal. 10, 20, 30, $40 off. That's $10 off each one. That's a 40, 40, 40, and 70. 40, 40, 40, and 70. Elvis, Kissing Cousins, $14.99. And yeah, those are all left. Ryan, let me know if you want the Firm or Zepp, or if you want to make an offer. James, let me know on the Beatles bundle. Yvette got She and Him. And Pamela, we're waiting. The Beatles are available if he passes, and he's going to take them. So, Tanner, these are 40, 40, 40, and 70 to James Bragg. James, I need to get you the other Beatles boots. I need to make you like a Stone Cold blowout deal. So, Stones Made in the Shade, price and condition. This is $34.99. It's got the original inner sleeve. It is near mint. It's very nice. This is an awesome Stones compilation. Joe Kubu, Rich Russo said he'd give $30 for it. If you pass at $30, then I'm going to sell it to Rich. $30 on Stones Made in the Shade. Then we also got another comp. It's called Suckin' in the 70s. It's another great compilation. $34.99. Very clean vinyl. If anybody wants that, I'd also do it for $30. Nice Stones comp. Both of them. Anybody else? If anybody needs the Clash, you might want to consider making an offer. That won't be around. That's been buried in the bottom of this stack. There was 5 other crates on top of this one, and these hadn't been touched in a long time. So that's why there's still some great stuff in here. Condition and cover of vinyl on McCartney. Let's see here. Probably VG Plus. It's got a corner bump down here. Little bit of sign of wear. Gatefold looks nice. Light hints of ring wear. Generic inner sleeve. Of course, this is not Apple. This is why John's wanting it. It is on the black capital label. As far as marks, almost none. It does need to probably be cleaned again. It has some of those weird, like, swaying, like right in here. They're not scuffs. It looks like just some acidic transfer. But other than that, it's very clean. I mean, we didn't put any condition notes on it. And I'll say that for $24.99. If I can just get it back in here. It looks like the paper was very acidic. I also don't like these. You can just tell the paper is very, looks like the Declaration of Independence. $24.99 if anybody wants that. McCartney's first album. Maybe I'm Amazed. Man, we was lonely. Every Night. The Lovely Linda. Sing Along Junk. The King Crimsons were Starless and Bible Black and The Wake of Poseidon. Those are both OG Atlantic pressings. 49 and 49, 73 and 74. Starless and Bible Black and The Wake of Poseidon. It's been a while since I've listened to these. Great stuff, though. Okay, let's go through something. I know one thing, I need to order more live Pink Floyds. Sorry, I'm stretching. I worked out a little bit too hard last night on the weights. Chad is a little sore. I got to stay in shape. Best price on King Crimson. I'll do $10 off, 45 and 45. Kind of surprised those still around. They haven't been where people can get to them. It's been at the bottom of a stack. So they've only been shown once on Facebook. Was the first night we showed them. Okay, let me go get, what time is it? Let me fill up one more half off bin. Let me do one more half off bin. And that's where we'll stop the show. So let me go get some more half off records. These are sold for 45 and 45, the James Bragg. Let me go fill up some half off records. I'll be right back. I just got to go get them. They're about 20 steps away. Okay. Here we go. Led Zeppelin was $44.99. $44.99. Let's do some half off vinyl. So we literally pulled records out of our bins here on the store. I mean, if you come in the store tomorrow and you were shopping, you would have no idea if you didn't know what we did on Facebook, which I try to encourage everybody who buys something here about our Facebook sales. These are right out of our bins, and I do them half off because we're trying to do a massive in-store sale this spring, which is now spring. We got to set a date, and we're going to do half off in-store. I'm going to have stuff marked down as low as like $1 outside, $3.99. Hopefully, some people can make a trip here. If you're local, you'll be really lucky. But, you know, the best time, even if you're local, the best time to buy records from us is here online. We have a store. I encourage everybody to come visit us here, and you can shop. New vinyl is what a lot of people come in to buy here. But, you know, best place to buy our vintage records is online through the shows, because you're going to get deals here that you wouldn't normally get if you was shopping in store. But what doesn't sell here, I'm going to mark down even cheaper and put them out for sale in the store. So what I plan on doing is have a big, huge $3.99 section. So all this stuff, even if it was a half off record at $17.99 and it doesn't sell tonight, here in a couple weeks, it's going to probably be $4 in the store. Tonight, it's half off, and that's a pretty firm price because it's really hard for us to start shipping $4 records. So that's what this crate is. It's a buy it now, or it's a half off crate. These are all half off the sticker. Bill Haley's Chicks, VG Plus, $10. I will stop talking, and we will finish this crate. Half off everything in here. We have Poppy Seeds and the Poppy family. Poppy Seeds is a VG copy for $5. VG copy for $5. Tony Carey, Some Tough City. VG Plus, $7.50. Tony Carey. Burgess's Tag, Yo-Yo, VG plus $5. Going for Broke, Eddie Grant. Going for Broke, Eddie Grant, VG plus $7.50. I can't get these to stand up. Was this on like some kind of something underneath these or something? Stay. Let's see here. Nigel Del Rocket on the poppy seeds. Give us those deals too. You can if you show up here at the store. All you got to do is buy a plane ticket. It's really hard for us to start having $1. We can't have a $1 live Facebook sale. It would be treacherous, and we'd be better off just not even selling them. Brent Rabley on Burgess's Tag. That's so to Brent Rabley. Tanner, starting with poppy seeds. Those are all half off. Charlie McLean, The Woman in Me, $5. I may have skipped another Charlie McLean. That Charlie McLean is also $5. Buddy Montgomery, So Why Not? Buddy Montgomery, Gold Stamp promo, $5. The Modern Jazz Quartet Reunion at Budokan 1981, $7.50. Patrick Moraz is $7.50. We have the Frank Morgan Quintet. That is $7.50. $7.50. Joe Morello is $7.50. Etta James, The Sweetest Peaches. Etta James is VG plus $12.50. Has some writing on the cover. Dixie Hummingbirds, Golden Flight, $7.50. Michael Nath, first to the Etta James. Yes, if you happen to come to the store and you fly into Nashville, we're about 20 minutes from the airport. We're 20 or 25 minutes from the airport. I've been there I've left here several times now in the last couple months. Really quick drive to the airport. You can come in. You can stay in Lebanon. You can stay in Nashville. There's a lot of people who make trips to Nashville, then come and see us. You can do that as well. Sherry Darnell was second on Etta James. Here's the Man, Dynamic Bobby Bland. $10 for Bobby Bland. Here's the Man. The Memorial Album, Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace is $10, the Memorial Album. Ernie Cato, $10. The New Orleans Series, $10. And we have the Different Strokes, the Nightlighters. Different Strokes is $15, the Night Riders. Sandra Bernhard, I'm Your Woman, is $7.50. And Mashed Potato Time, D.D. Sharp, $10 on that. Michael Nath was first to Johnny. That was the Johnny Ace. That is sold to Michael Nath. Bobby Bland is $10. That's sold to Doc Smith. Doc's throwing me off. I think he's making offers, but he's claiming them for the price I'm saying. That is sold, BB's Bobby Bland. That's sold to Doc Smith. And then he put Frank for $7.50 and Buddy for $5. Now I've got to figure out what those are. Frank for $7.50. Frank Quintet. Yes, that is Doc's for $7.50. And he said Buddy for $5. Buddy Montgomery. That's also Doc Smith's for $5. Okay. I'm claiming. Okay. You don't have to put the price. That throws me off. Sometimes I overlook offers. So you just have to claim it. Doc, you threw me another curveball there. Patrick Moraz is $7.50. I've already showed these. Where did I get back to? We're at Anthony and the Imperials, paying our dues. It's a lot easier for me to pull something out and thinking you're claiming it and then move right on rather than having to consider an offer and go back and find it. Anthony and the Imperials, paying our dues. This is a sealed copy. A sealed copy is $15. The Pointer Sisters Contact is $5. The Pointer Sisters Contact, $5. We have Steel Eye Span. Now We Are Six. Steel Eye Span is $7.50. Mike Post wants the Anthony and the Imperials, the sealed copy. The Best of Bill Doggett, that's a VG Plus for $10. Eddie Grant, Walking on Sunshine, VG Plus $7.50. Gary Francisco wants the Steel Eye Span. Fever Tree, VG Plus $10. Fever Tree is $10. Eric Carmen is $5. That has the hit song All By Myself. Doc Smith on Eddie Grant. That's sold to Doc Smith. Peter and Gordon, Knight in Rusty Armor, is $5. Peter and Gordon, Knight in Rusty Armor, $5 on that. The Gods. The Gods is a VG Plus, $10. 10 years after, Cricklewood Green, a VG copy for $5, 10 years after. The London Chuck Berry Sessions. The London Chuck Berry Sessions, EX copy for $12.50. $12.50 on the London Chuck Berry Sessions. Discotheques, this is the Discotheques and the Sexolites, $7.50. Discotheques and the Sexolites, rear view starring Sir Monty Rock III. Ron Duffield, first on The Gods. That's sold to Ron Duffield. Jim Dawson, Songman, $10. We've got Jeff McMaster first on the Disco. That's sold to Jeff McMaster. Earl Thomas Conley, Somewhere Between Right and Wrong, $7.50 on ETC. Aware of Love, Jerry Butler. Aware of Love, $15. This is $7.50. Biff Rose, $7.50. Rare Bird, Born Again. Rare Bird is $10. Firstborn, the original motion picture soundtrack. Firstborn, that has Fats Domino, Helix, Talk Talk, The Band, Spencer Davis, Wayne Chung. $10 on Firstborn. Mike Post on ETC. That was Earl Thomas Conley. Sell that to Mike Post. Running Scared soundtrack, $10 in shrink wrap. Running Scared, $10. Beautiful People, Kenny O'Dell. Kenny O'Dell, $10 after the half off. Doc Smith offered $8 on the Chuck Berry. Go ahead and sell that to Doc Smith for $8. We have Sweet Thursday. That is $10. Nicky Hopkins, Alan Davies, and John Mark. $10 on that. Hubert Laws, Wildflower. Hubert Laws, $7.50. Michael Stanley Band. North Coast, Michael Stanley Band, $10. Graham Parker and the Shot Steady Nerves, $10 for Graham Parker. Rich Russo first on the Running Scared soundtrack. That is sold to Rich Russo, and Brent Rabley wants Sweet Thursday. That's sold to Brent Rabley, and also Michael Stanley Band. Those are both sold to Brent Rabley. Rich Russo got the Running Scared. Tom Jones, Don't Let Our Dreams Die Young. Tom Jones, $5. Cowboy Mouth, Cowboys and Indians, $10. Steve Colt, Paradox. Steve Colt, $10 after the half off. The Liz to Mania soundtrack, Roger Daltrey, Ringo Starr, Rick Wakeman. I think the music's done by, the music's done by Rick Wakeman and Roger Daltrey. That is $10. Sherry Darnell wants Cowboy Mouth. That's sold to Sherry Darnell. Anita Ward, Songs of Love. That is $7.50. The Best Impressions, Curtis, Sam, and Fred. The Impressions, VG Plus, $7.50. The Left Bank, Walk Away Renee. This is a VG copy for $10. The Left Bank, Walk Away Renee. VG copy, $10. Doc Smith wants Anita Ward. We have Blood Rock 3, $10. Patrick Sherry had already claimed Cowboy. John Young is first to LB, which is the Left Bank. Gary Francisco wants Liz to Mania. Nigel, you were second to the... hold on a second. Who did I say? John Young? Yeah, John Young was first to the Left Bank. Gary Francisco was first to Liz to Mania. Nigel Del Rocket was second on the Left Bank. Supa's Jamboree, $10. Brian Ferry, $10. Art Farmer, Something You Got with Yusef Lateef and David Matthews Big Band, $10. The Three Musketeers soundtrack, $10. Blood Rock Passage, $10. Pretty Things, Silk Torpedo, $10. And Mickey Newberry, Rusty Tracks. Kind of looks like a train, but it's a cartridge and a tone arm playing an LP record. That is $10. Kelly wants Led Zeppelin. I think Kelly wants the Led Zeppelin from the last bin. Kelly, I'll make sure. Please say yes or sold if this is correct. You want the Led Zeppelin, really nice copy we had earlier for $44.99, right? Let me know if that's right. If so, that is sold to Kelly for a sticker at $44.99. Next new comment was Brent Rabley on Blood Rock Passage. That was at half off. Yusef for $6. Give me 1 second on that. Which BF was that? BF. Brian Ferry, maybe? This was Brian Ferry. These Foolish Things. And Gary, we've already sold Blood Rock. Jeff McMaster, uh, piano cover. I was like, what? Piano Man. Piano cover, or phono cover. Sorry, phono cover. That is sold to Jeff McMaster. Kelly said yes on that. James Bragg, let's see. He needs to put back all the boots except the Christmas one. Not a problem. Gary Francisco, Pretty Things. And then I got to look at the other thing. Best price on that would be $8. And Doc Smith, the best price on Yusef Lateef with Art Farmer, those are $8. Gary Francisco and Doc Smith. $8 if y'all want those. Music, that's what this is. Music. That's by Mason Williams. $5. Glenn Campbell, Bloodline. Glenn Campbell is $5. Dave Mason, Let It Flow. Dave Mason, $5. Bob James, Touchdown, $5. That's been ultrasonically cleaned. John Denver, Spirit, $5. And Bill Deal and the Rondells, Vintage Rock, $7.50. Doc Smith said sold. Art Farmer, $8. And Gary's going to pass for $8 on Pretty Things. Netherlands, Dan Fogelberg, $5 on Netherlands. Burning Memories, Kitty Wells, $5 for Kitty Wells. England Dan and John Ford Coley, Dowdy Ferry Road, $5. Mac Davis, Greatest Hits, $5. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Love Beach, $10. Jeff McMaster is going to take the Pretty Things. That's also $8 since Gary passed. Here's these Beetle boots if anybody wants them. Super Tracks. These are different. Super Tracks 102, Super Tracks. Maybe not. They may be the same thing. And then the Live at Hollywood Bowl. If anybody wants those, they're available. Anthony Miller on KW. KW was Kitty Wells. That's half off to Anthony Miller. Anthony Miller also gets the Mac Davis at half off. Mandala Soul Crusade. We need a new sleeve for this one, but that's a VG Plus for $12.50. The Rascals, Peaceful World, $10 on the Rascals. Carole King, Touch the Sky, $7.50. And Crystal Gale is $4. No Pablo. We have not had a Pablo Cruz album tonight. That's unbelievable. I'm going to read through these titles just one more time. I'm going to read through these titles just one more time. As soon as I take a Sprite break and get done stretching, when you're sore from lifting, stretching's like a relief. Sprite. It's almost room temperature. It's not as good as it was. Here's what's left. Tony Carey, Some Tough City. Bill Haley's Chicks. Eddie Grant, Going for Broke. Charlie McClain, The Woman in Me. Charlie McClain, self-titled. The Modern Jazz Quartet Reunion, Budokan, 1981. Patrick Moraz. Joe Morello, No Kin to Tom. Dixie Hummingbirds, Golden Flight. Ernie Cato, The Night Lighters, Different Strokes. Sandra Bernard, Dee Dee Sharp, The Pointer Sisters, Bill Doggett, Fever Tree, Eric Carmen, Peter Gordon, 10 Years After, Jim Dawson, Jerry Butler, Biff Rose, Rare Bird, Firstborn Soundtrack, Kenny O'Dell, Hubert Laws, Graham Parker, Tom Jones, Steve Colt, The Impressions, Blood Rock, Supa's Jamboree, Brian Ferry, Three Musketeers, Music, Glenn Campbell, Dave Mason, Bob James, John Denver, Bill Deal, Netherlands, England Dan, John Ford Coley, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Mandela, The Rascals, Carole King, Crystal Gale. We only have 100 comments now. Let's see. Joe Morello, 5. Mashed Potatoes, 5. Modern Jazz, how much? Gary Francisco wants Joe Morello. DD for 5. Looks like we already have an offer for that. Derek Clark wants Mandela, Brian Ferry, Fever Tree, and 10 Years After. Anthony Miller said first 5, and Anthony Miller put GC. Okay, so that means Floyd is going to get the Joe Morello for $5. That's sold to Floyd Furman for $5. That's true. Yeah. Floyd, this is to you for $7.50 if you want it. Because Gary Francisco also does. So Gary was second. Floyd, that's yours for $7.50 if you want it. Just say yes. And then Burt Jordan, we have 2 people interested in DD Sharp, but they've both offered $5, and Burt Jordan was first. So that's sold to Burt Jordan for $5. Doc Smith, the Modern Jazz Quartet, at half off was $7.50. $7.50 on that. Gary, if he passes, then it's yours for $7.50. Nigel, we've already sold DD Sharp. Now we've got to pull a few for Derek Clark. He wants the Mandela. He wants the Brian Ferry. And Fever Tree and 10 Years After. Let me pull all those. Fever Tree, there's 10 Years After, there's Fever Tree. Those are all sold to Derek Clark. Oop, I pulled 3 Musketeers instead of Brian Ferry. Those 4 are sold to Derek Clark at half off a sticker. Next was Firstborn for 5. That was the Firstborn soundtrack. Sell that to Anthony Miller for $5. Let me find that. Firstborn, that's sold to Anthony Miller for $5. Anthony Miller also wants GC. GC was Glenn Campbell. That's at half off of sticker. Floyd takes the Morello at $7.50. Doc Smith wants the Modern Jazz Quartet at half off. And Arthur wants EC for $5. And EC was, could it be? Eric Carmen, maybe, which was $5, I believe. We'll make sure that's right. We'll see if Arthur wants that for $5. I don't think I missed anybody's comments or got that out of order. Anthony, I got Glenn Campbell pulled for you. So if I missed anything or got anything out of order there, I don't think I did. If anybody wants anything else in that bin, now is the time. Looks like we've sold, if after I condense that crate with that crate, looks like we sold a whole bin of half-off records tonight, so that's great. 60, 70, 80, depending on how many I packed in there, all going to new homes. What's the Van Halen? The Van Halen is Van Halen self-titled. That is the Bernie Grundman remaster, $31.99. $31.99. We also have the Weezer Blue album for $33.99. Casey Musgrave's new picture disc for $39.99. Tool Lateralis, $46.99. Michael Jackson Bad, $28.99, another Weezer. Jimi Hendrix, $28.99, Are You Experienced? Dave Matthews Band Crash, $38.99. Whiplash, $46.99. John Lee Hooker, Burnin' on the red vinyl, $36.99. Kraft Records. Warrant is $44.99. The Essential Stevie Ray Vaughan, $36.99. Pearl Jam 10, $28.99. White Zombie, Astro Creep 2000, $38.99. Whitesnake's Greatest Hits. Whitesnake's Greatest Hits, $44.99. The West Coast Pop Experimental Jam Band or something like that, $38.99. Sabotage, Dead Winter Dead, $59.99. B-52s, $29. Turnpike Troubadours, $33.99. Robert Plant and Alison Krauss, Raisin Sand, $44.99. Coldplay Viva La Vida is $36.99. Dusty Springfield, Dusty in Memphis, that is on clear vinyl, $29.99. Linkin Park Reanimation, Linkin Park, $33.99. Let me pause there for a second. And we've got Anthony Miller wants John Denver and Tom Jones out of this bin. Anthony Miller wants John Denver and Tom Jones also out of this bin at half off. Mike Langford says he'll take the Emerson, Lake and Palmer for half off at 10. That's sold to Mike Langford. Joe Maynard wants Dave Matthews Band Crash. Crash Into Me. Let's find that. There's Dave Matthews Band. That's sold to Joe Maynard. And Joe Maynard also wants a copy of Dusty Springfield, Dusty in Memphis. I haven't had a copy of Love Hunter in quite some time. It's been a while since I've had a lot of Whitesnake studio albums in stock for auction. Fleetwood Mac, $31.99. Can't Stop Loving You. The Dead Kennedys, In God We Trust, $24.99. Venom, Black Metal. Venom's the 40th anniversary silver and black splatter, $48.99. Blues Traveler, Blow Up the Moon, $49.99. Candlebox, $59.99. That is on colored, silver colored vinyl. David Bowie Pinups is $29.99. Social Distortion's Greatest Hits, $44.99, 2LP, and Danzig, Circle of Snakes, $31.99. Yes, I got you for Tom Jones and John Denver. Yes, I got you. All righty. Well, that's the conclusion of Wednesday night's show. So thanks everybody who's tuned in tonight. We've had, it looks like, a blowout of a night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counting all the Pink Floyds and pre-orders. We've done 6 or 7 entire crates tonight. We do 6 or 7 entire crates every night. So you do the math. We sell a couple thousand, sometimes a few thousand records every week here on Facebook. We ship them out all over the country and sometimes even to Canada and Europe. So thanks for watching. We'll do this again tomorrow night, which is Thursday. More new vinyl in, more new vintage arrivals, more new Japanese. Then we'll do it again Friday, and then Saturday night will be the last show this week. I've got like 4 people locally I'm going to go get collections from this week, and I know that's not much time to do it. I got somewhere to go tomorrow. If he has what he says he has, we're going to get a killer collection in of 60s. He said he had 2 copies of 13 Floor Elevators in like near mint condition. And I was like, whoa. So he's into like psych and 60s rock. If he has what he says he has, then he'll have some great records. So, all right, thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow and 7 o'clock or 7:30. Hopefully 7 though.